What if I told you that the real reason you're not sleeping well at 70 might not be what your doctor said it was? And worse, what if the pills they gave you are making it even harder for your body to rest naturally? You see, poor sleep in seniors is one of the most common complaints, but also one of the most misunderstood. Tired during the day? Can't fall asleep until 2 or 3 a.m.? Waking up every hour? Most doctors will say, it's just age, and hand you a sleeping pill or an antidepressant. But here's what almost no one tells you. That kind of treatment doesn't fix the root issue. It masks it. And by the time you're 70, 75, 80, masking the problem means losing more than just sleep. You lose energy. You lose memory. You lose independence. And sometimes, even your sense of self. In this video, we're going to expose the real causes behind poor sleep after 60, why doctors often miss them, and how you can fix your nights without relying on pills that leave you groggy and vulnerable. This is more than a sleep issue, this is a senior health crisis that's quietly affecting millions of older adults. Before we get into it, if you care about real elderly reflections, deep life lessons from the elderly, and practical ways to age with strength, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. And tell me, where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments, we read every single one. Now let's begin. Let me introduce you to Maria. She's 78. Still active, walks every morning, reads in the evening. But for the past 6 months, she hasn't slept more than 3 hours straight. Her doctor prescribed a low-dose sleeping pill. It worked, for a week. Then came the side effects. She felt sluggish. Her balance got worse. She nearly fell twice while getting up at night. So she went back. The doctor said it must be anxiety, and gave her a second medication. Now her memory started to slip. She forgot her grandson's birthday. She mixed up dates on her calendar. Her daughter was the one who finally asked, could it be the pills? The truth is, Maria didn't have anxiety. She didn't have insomnia. She had something far more common in seniors. Fragmented circadian rhythm. And it wasn't fixed with chemicals. It was fixed with light. With movement. With gentle structure. That's the first truth we need to talk about. Most seniors don't suffer from insomnia. They suffer from disrupted internal clocks. Your body has a 24-hour rhythm, known as the circadian rhythm. It tells you when to wake, eat, rest, and sleep. But after 60, this rhythm starts to weaken, especially if you spend most of your time indoors, in low light, without consistent daily habits. Melatonin, your natural sleep hormone, is released when the brain senses darkness. But if you don't get sunlight in the morning, and your evenings are flooded with screens, TVs, lamps, your brain gets confused. You're tired in the afternoon, wide awake at night. Sound familiar? That's not insomnia. That's a broken rhythm. So what's the fix? First, morning light. Go outside within 30 minutes of waking up. Even if it's cloudy, even if it's cold. Just 15 minutes a day can reset your clock. Second, no long naps after 3 p.m. Your body still needs a buildup of sleep pressure, a natural drive that makes you sleepy by evening. If you nap too late, you disrupt that cycle. Third, consistent bedtime. Not when I feel tired. But the same time every night, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., whatever works for you. And this matters, because seniors who follow a regular sleep-wake schedule report better memory, mood, and energy levels than those who don't. That's not opinion. That's data from the National Institute on Aging. The second big truth we need to talk about is this. Doctors often treat sleep symptoms instead of causes. That's because it's faster to write a prescription than to ask about your environment, your movement, your diet, your thoughts. But you deserve more than a pill. You deserve answers. Because poor sleep isn't just uncomfortable. It's dangerous. It increases your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, cognitive decline, falls, depression. And the worst part? Most of these problems are blamed on aging, when in reality, they're the result of untreated sleep dysfunction. So if you're over 60 and you've been told this is just how it is, don't accept that. There's always something you can do. Let's take a deeper look into the silent enemies of senior sleep, the hidden culprits that rob you of rest, and the common misdiagnoses that lead so many older adults down the wrong path. Because if you're over 60 and feel like your nights are slowly slipping away, there's something you need to hear. You are not alone. You are not imagining things. And this is not just part of aging. For decades, sleep complaints from seniors have been brushed off as inevitable. But science tells a different story. So do thousands of older adults whose lives improve not through sleeping pills, but through understanding, adjustment, and action. Let's begin with something most people overlook completely. The daytime. Your day sets up your night. Poor sleep doesn't start when you close your eyes. It starts when you open them. For seniors, circadian rhythm disruption is one of the most common root causes of sleep troubles, and yet, it's rarely discussed in primary care. Your circadian rhythm is your internal body clock, a finely tuned system that regulates sleep, appetite, temperature, and even hormone release. This clock gets its cues primarily from one thing: light. Natural sunlight in the morning resets the clock each day, telling your brain, it's time to wake up. The absence of light at night tells your brain, now, it's time to rest. But what happens when a senior spends most of their day indoors? Curtains closed, lamps on, TV screens flickering until bedtime. No morning walk, no fresh air, no rhythm. The body stops knowing when it's day and when it's night. Melatonin, your natural sleep hormone, is released too early, too late, or not at all. And suddenly, you're wide awake at 2 a.m. and exhausted at 10 a.m. Fixing this starts with one habit: morning light exposure. Just 15-30 minutes of real outdoor sunlight before 10 a.m. can shift your entire rhythm. It's not a miracle, it's biology. Seniors who begin this habit often report improved sleep quality within days. Food and sleep. A forgotten link. Let's talk digestion. After 60, digestion slows. Acid production decreases. Enzymes aren't as efficient. And yet, many seniors unknowingly sabotage their sleep with late, heavy dinners. Eating after 7 p.m., especially greasy, acidic, or sugary meals, triggers digestive activity that keeps the body working instead of winding down. Some people experience acid reflux or heartburn. Others don't feel symptoms at all, but the body is still too active to transition into sleep. Finish dinner early. Eat lighter. Opt for warm, gentle foods in the evening. Steamed vegetables, oatmeal, soup, herbal teas. Give your body 3 hours to settle before lying down. The role of movement. Movement during the day matters more than most realize. Physical activity helps regulate melatonin and cortisol levels, improves circulation, and reduces anxiety. But here's the catch. Many seniors reduce movement dramatically after retirement. Less walking, less standing, less exertion. This lack of stimulation affects the entire nervous system. Research from the University of California shows that older adults who engage in at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity per day, even light walking, fall asleep faster and sleep more soundly. No gym required. Just commitment. Chair yoga, water aerobics, tai chi, or even simple household chores can trigger a chain reaction that improves sleep within weeks. Emotional load. The invisible weight. Now let's move to the emotional side, often ignored, always powerful. Grief, loneliness, anxiety, regret, even boredom, these are all heavy emotions, and they tend to surface when the world goes quiet. That's why so many seniors report lying awake, mind racing, even when their body feels tired. This isn't insomnia. It's unresolved emotional energy. Instead of numbing it with sleep aids, acknowledge it. Here's one simple practice. 5-minute evening reflection. Before bed, write down 3 thoughts. 1. Something that made you smile today. 2. Something that felt heavy. 3. One thing you want to release before sleeping. This gentle act of journaling can signal the brain. You don't need to hold on to this all night. Studies published in Psychology and Aging confirm that older adults who journal regularly before bed fall asleep faster and experience fewer nighttime awakenings. Common misdiagnoses and dangerous assumptions. Here's where it gets serious. Many seniors with sleep problems are diagnosed with the wrong condition and given the wrong treatment. Let's look at the most common ones. 1. Insomnia versus circadian rhythm disorder. Many older adults are told they have insomnia when in reality, their sleep drive is intact, but their sleep timing is off. This is called advanced sleep phase disorder. They get sleepy very early, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., fall asleep, then wake at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. wide awake. The solution is not a sleeping pill, but light therapy and schedule adjustment. 2. Anxiety or depression. Mislabels. Poor sleep leads to low mood, irritability, lack of motivation. This can look like depression. But treating it with antidepressants may further disturb sleep and increase fall risk. The root issue? Chronic sleep fragmentation. 3. Dementia misdiagnosis. Some memory changes in seniors are driven by sleep deprivation, not cognitive decline. REM sleep disruption affects memory consolidation. Correcting sleep can improve recall and clarity. The hidden threat. Sleep apnea. Perhaps the most underdiagnosed sleep disorder in seniors is obstructive sleep apnea. It's not always dramatic. It can be silent. You may not snore loudly. You may not even notice waking up. But if you feel exhausted despite getting 8 hours, this might be the reason. Apnea causes oxygen dips during sleep, straining the brain and heart. Left untreated, it raises the risk of heart attack, stroke, and cognitive decline. A simple home sleep test can diagnose it. Treatments like CPAP, oral devices, or even weight loss can restore restful, healing sleep. Summary. Poor sleep in seniors isn't simple. It's not always psychological. It's not always age. And it's almost never solved by just taking a pill. To truly sleep well again, you need to respect your circadian rhythm. Move your body daily. Eat in harmony with digestion. Acknowledge your emotional landscape. Ask for the right diagnosis. Because every senior deserves not just more sleep, but better sleep, the kind that heals, restores, and prepares you for a new day with clarity, balance, and peace. So how do you restore your sleep after 60? Not just temporarily. Not just for a few lucky nights after trying something new. But truly, deeply, consistently, so that you wake up feeling like yourself again. It's not about chasing rest. It's about creating the right conditions, and that starts long before bedtime. Let's begin with the foundation. The elderly body is not broken, it's just changing. As we age, every system in our body starts to move differently. We don't regulate hormones the same. We process stress, light, and even food in new ways. And our ability to produce melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep, declines naturally. But that doesn't mean you're doomed to poor sleep. It just means your environment, your routine, and your mindset matter more than ever. The first key. Light. Your body relies on light to know when it's time to wake up and when it's time to wind down. But many seniors spend the majority of their day inside, in low lighting. The result? Your internal clock gets confused. You feel sleepy during the day, alert at night. It's not insomnia, it's a disoriented circadian rhythm. Start your day by stepping into the light. Even if it's cloudy. Even if it's just for 10 minutes. Morning light signals to your brain. It's time to wake up, helping reset your rhythm. This is supported by studies from Harvard and Stanford, showing improved sleep quality in seniors who receive morning sunlight consistently. The second key. Movement. Many older adults move less, not by choice. but because of stiffness, fatigue, or fear of falling. But light exercise can work wonders. Stretching, chair yoga, a slow walk after breakfast, these can all improve circulation and reduce stress hormones like cortisol, which interfere with deep sleep. One man I met in Michigan, 81 years old, began walking with a neighbor every morning. He didn't just sleep better, he started feeling joy again. That's the beauty of movement. It heals more than the body. The third key: consistency. A predictable rhythm is like music to your brain. Eat your meals at the same time each day. Avoid naps that stretch past 30 minutes, especially after 3 p.m. Go to bed and wake up around the same hour, even on weekends. When your body knows what to expect, it responds with balance. Now, what about when you actually get in bed? This is where most people focus, but it's just the final step. Still, it matters. Make your bedroom a place of rest. Cool, dark, and quiet. No TV, no bright clocks, no devices lighting up at midnight. Use blackout curtains if needed. Keep a notebook on your nightstand to jot down late-night worries. A calm mind is a sleepy mind. One woman, 76, in Oregon shared how she plays soft instrumental music each night while brushing her teeth. She says the routine now tells her brain, "We're closing the day." And what about natural remedies? Yes, there's a place for them. Chamomile tea, magnesium glycinate, lavender oil. Even a very small dose of melatonin when supervised by a doctor, they can help. But they work best when they support a healthy rhythm, not replace it. Let's not forget the emotional side. Loneliness, grief, anxiety, they don't go away just because we get older. In fact, they often become heavier. Sleep is the first thing to suffer when your heart carries too much. Journaling before bed helps. Calling a friend in the early evening. Reading stories of resilience and elderly wisdom. Even watching a peaceful documentary can reset your emotional state. And for some, speaking to a counselor or therapist can be life-changing. There is no shame in needing support. The greatest strength after 70 is not pretending we're fine, it's knowing when to reach out. Now, here's one final truth: poor sleep isn't just about being tired. It's about quality of life. It's about your memory, your energy, your independence. So if you've been told it's just part of aging, I invite you to challenge that. Because your rest is sacred. And it can return. With rhythm. With awareness. With compassion. If this video helped you rethink your nights, please like and subscribe. We share senior health, inspiration, and real-life lessons from the elderly every week. And let us know in the comments, what's one habit that helped you sleep better after 60? Where are you watching from? We'd love to know. Here's to deep sleep, bright mornings, and the peace that only comes when we learn to listen to our bodies again. You've earned that rest. Now go enjoy it.